Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be testing out two drugstore foundations. Now I'm doing this over the course of 2 days, testing one out each day rather than doing like half on my face, half on this side, just because I feel like I can get a better opinion if I just do one day and one another day. So the foundations that I'm going to be testing out are the CoverGirl Atlas Active Foundation. This has an SPF of 20. Doesn't say if it's full coverage or not, so we'll see what kind of coverage it is, but it has sunscreen, and that's specifically what I wanted this video to be on, foundations that have sunscreen in them, because especially because it's summer, sometimes it's hard to find a good foundation that has sunscreen in it. Then the next one is the Dream Urban Cover from Maybelline. This says it's a full coverage foundation, protective makeup, and sunscreen, and this one has an SPF of 50. So we will see which one is better than the other. So let's go ahead and get started. Just pull my hair back here. So the foundation that I'm going to use today is the Dream Urban Cover from Maybelline. So I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to prime my face no matter what foundation I'm wearing. So just because we're testing this out, I'm going to test it out how I would just wear it on a regular basis. So I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate and Smooth Primer. Alright, so now we're going to go into foundation. I like that this is a squeezy bottle, but I also like just how convenient it is to just take it with you on the go. Sometimes it's hard when you have like a nice glass bottle. You can see it's very liquidy, which means that it's going to be a lighter foundation. It says it's full coverage, so we'll see. I'm going to start by putting half of it on my face with a blender and then half on my face with a sponge. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to take some of it with my sponge, and I'm just going to dab it a little bit everywhere. And then I'm going to start blending it out. This color seems to be a little bit lighter for me, so we're going to just have to make it work. It's hard when you go to the drugstore and you're looking for a foundation because you can't swatch the foundations. You just kind of have to go with what you think is best for your skin type, and sometimes you don't always win. Alright, off of first layer, I don't think it's full coverage. I think it's full coverage if you build it up. I'm still seeing things like all over here peek through. It blended out really nicely, but I do think if you want that full coverage look that you're gonna have to build it up. It blended out really beautifully and it looks really good on the skin. We're gonna go in with one more layer on this side, and then we'll go on this side with the brush. So I'm just gonna dot my face with a couple of dots of foundation. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques Expert face brush, and I'm just gonna start buffing this out. I feel like it blended out maybe a little bit better with the brush. However, I do see it clinging to a couple patches right here. That could be because I have some dry spots. I don't know. But overall, it did blend out better. Now, the coverage isn't like more intense or anything. The coverage is about the same like on this side, but it did blend out better on this side with the brush rather than the Beauty Blender. But overall, I can't see a big difference from one side to the other. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly put on another layer right here, and then I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I just finished on the other layer on this side of my face. Overall, I think that I will have to wear this a little bit longer to actually get a little bit more of an opinion. This foundation didn't go on bad. It went on okay. The coverage is not full coverage like they claim. So we'll have to go throughout the day and see kind of how it wears, if it starts to fade away or anything like that. I'm going to quickly put on the rest of my makeup, and we'll see how the foundation looks after that, and I'll be back. Alright, I am back with a full face of makeup on. I just wanted to let you guys know some things that I noticed while I was applying the rest of my makeup. I did notice that the foundation did not settle into any of my pores around my nose, which that usually happens, but it could also be due to the primer too. The primer does a really good job of filling in my pores. So just wanted to note that out. Again, not tons of coverage, but we are gonna see throughout the day if the coverage fades away or what. And if it does, where pretty much like this looks right now, I will be very impressed because this has an SPF of 50. That's crazy. So we'll see how it works throughout the day. I'm gonna do a couple check-ins with you guys, and yeah, we'll see how it works. Hey guys, just doing my first check-in. It is currently 1:30 in the afternoon, so I've been wearing the foundation now for about 6 hours. I wanted to do it in natural lighting, and I'm sorry if you hear cars going by. I live right next to a main street. So, but I wanted to get natural lighting so you guys could see kind of what the foundation is doing. Like I said before, it's not tons of coverage. So all my acne spots are showing through. My bronzer and my blush have faded though. So it kind of has separated a little bit. So that's what I'm seeing so far. Hey everybody, I'm doing my last check-in for today. Excuse me, it is almost 9:30. So what? I've been wearing this foundation now for 12 hours. Does that sound right? Something like that. Anyway, the Maybelline foundation wore okay. Like I said at the beginning, it didn't have that much coverage. It claims to be full coverage, but I didn't get that with my skin type at least. And I don't know. We'll see how the CoverGirl one goes, and I will let you guys know which one I like better. So, good night. All right, guys, day 2. I am going to be testing out the CoverGirl 24-hour foundation with sunscreen. Now, remember that the Maybelline one had 50 SPF. This one only has 20 SPF, but it doesn't really matter. If you want more SPF in it, you can always put on a sunscreen first. I'm going to go with my primer. I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate Smooth Primer again. And I'm just going to smooth that all over. Now I'm going to go in the same way I did with the Maybelline. I'm going to do Beauty Blender on one side and brush on the other. Let me shake it up a little bit. This one's pretty liquidy like the Maybelline one. So we'll see. It doesn't claim to be full coverage, at least not from what I saw. But we'll see. All right, we're going to start with a little bit first just to see what kind of coverage it gives. It doesn't really have a smell. I mean, it kind of does, but you can barely smell it. It almost smells like sunscreen, but it's very light. Okay, immediately right off the bat, I like the way that this is blending out better than the Maybelline one. Okay, so the coverage-wise, it's about the same to the Maybelline one. This is almost like a very light coverage, light to medium coverage. I don't know if it's buildable. I did try, oh, I'm gonna do this side with the brush. I don't know if it's buildable to a full coverage foundation, but you definitely can build it up to more of a medium coverage, I believe. With my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm going to just go in with that. Okay, so I definitely like it being blended out better with a sponge. I'm getting a lot of streak marks with the brush and I can't get them to blend out. So we're gonna go back in with the sponge. Okay, first impression. 1, I like that it blended out a lot better on the skin than the Maybelline one did. 2, it looks better on the skin, on my skin, better than the Maybelline one. The coverage is about the same like the Maybelline one, so we'll see how it compares to the Maybelline one and how it lasts. Maybelline one, it lasted pretty well throughout the day. It kind of faded a little bit, but didn't like totally disappear. So we'll see how this one applies. So I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Alright guys, I have a full face of makeup on now. If you want to see how I got this purple cut crease eye, you can hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell right next to it, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video, and you'll be notified of when I upload this video for this eye look. I'm going to go throughout my day and I will let you guys know how the foundation performs. So far it looks pretty good. It's set really well with my setting powder. I haven't really noticed anything while applying my makeup. It still looks pretty good. Not a lot of coverage there, but we'll see throughout the day if it fades or if it just stays. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so it is the next day. I did not do any of my check-ins yesterday when I was trying out the CoverGirl foundation. So this is round 2 of trying out foundation, and I promise I will do my check-ins today. I actually have been wearing this foundation now for let's see, 9, 10, 12. So about 4 hours I've been wearing this foundation, and it's been kept up really well. I haven't had any thing happen, so I'm gonna continue to go throughout my day. It's currently 1 o'clock, or actually it's 12:40. It's almost 1 o'clock, and I will let you guys know in a couple hours what the foundation's. Hey guys, just doing my next check-in. It is currently 11 p.m. at night. I've been wearing this foundation for 14 hours and I'm really tired, but it looks really good. It's held up pretty well throughout the day. I'll give you my honest thoughts in the morning. Good night. Alright guys, my final thoughts on the Maybelline and the CoverGirl foundation. So the Maybelline one did not work for me. I did notice throughout the day it just kind of started to fade away. I didn't really get much separation, which I guess is a good thing. If the foundation is to go away, it's better to fade away than to separate, because then you can actually tell. It says that it's full coverage, guys. It was not full coverage on me. I mean, you saw I had things peeking through, and it just did not work on me. I didn't really like this one very much. Now the CoverGirl one, this one had a lot more coverage than the Maybelline one did. And funny enough, this one doesn't necessarily say that it's full coverage. I wouldn't go to say that this is full coverage at all anyway, but it had more coverage than the Maybelline one did. This one lasted on me a lot longer than the Maybelline one did. As you saw, I totally missed my first day of check-in, so I had to redo it. And the second day I wore this, it was better than the first day that I wore it, honestly. And I don't know what I had done differently. I didn't do anything differently, actually. The only thing that I didn't do the same was I didn't use the setting spray. So that tells you something. I did use the Maybelline primer that I used. I love this one for my skin. It lasted all day on me. I didn't see any separation or creasing in my fine lines. It worked great on me. Maybelline one, didn't work very well. So that is my review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a fire truck. I don't know why I can't remember what that was called. Whew. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and like it, and subscribe down below if you're not subscribed, and hit the notification bell right next to it, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.